Okay, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Drainage District Board of Directors meeting, which I call to order. We'll start with a roll call to establish quorum.
Good morning, everybody. David Fuentes, Precinct 1.
Everardo Villarreal, Precinct 3.
Richard Cortez, County Judge, that constitutes your quorum of 3. Mr. Sin, welcome back.
Thank you, sir.
You look colorful and you look rested.
Yes, sir.
Will you
Thank
please lead us in today's prayer?
Of course, Judge. Good morning, Judge, Commissioners, everyone. Let us pray. Father God, we ask you to continue to fill our cities, county, state, and national political leaders with wisdom, understanding, discernment, knowledge, forgiveness, faithfulness, humility, and dignity. We pray for our judge and 4 commissioners that you have appointed to lead this great county of ours. We pray for our mayor, school board members, city council, police chiefs, district attorney, sheriff, judges, and all who serve local communities. Grant them favor, increase their faith, and prepare them to pursue your excellence. Draw them to you and cause them to know and fulfill your purposes. Please place people in their path that will provide scriptural, sound, and godly counsel, for without your counsel, their plans will go awry. Impart your wisdom and revelation to them about leadership and help them to lead. Deal with our leaders by keeping their hearts and motives pure. We ask you to make their hearts pliable, willing, and obedient to your will. Cause each of their lives to glorify your name. Lord, thank you for this new day. We believe that you are present in our hearts. We believe that you want to give us your wisdom to live this life fruitfully. We trust that your mercy will protect us as we struggle against evil. We love you because you have overcome evil by your cross and resurrection. Lord, we believe that you are in charge of our lives. When we feel the pull of evil in our heart, help us remember that this life is short and that our struggle is precious in your eyes. Help us to keep our eyes on the happiness you are preparing for us. Lord, help us to look forward to your triumph and hope. Scripture reminds us the more we seek you, the more we will find you. May we seek you in everything we do, and may we always work as if we are working for you. We ask all this in your Son Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Do we have anybody sign up for open forum?
No, sir, not under Judge, not under drainage.
Okay. We're going to go to the
Yes,
approval
we
of
have
the consent
one.
agenda.
Oh, you do have
There's
one?
a Lupe Chavez
My
We
apologies.
do have
open
one.
forum.
Mr. Chavez, my apologies. I thought this was the Commissioner's Court open forum. My apologies, sir. So, Mr. Chavez.
Oh, it's all right. I mean, we talked about it, and this isn't the first time. My name is Lupe Chavez. I came here to speak on the drainage district, and I see there's a lot of flooding on the agenda. And, you know, we just had all these horrible floods. You guys are, I mean, as a county, we're behind. And we have the county courthouse issue. And I don't think you all are thinking or planning about the next 10, 20 years. We're not going to be able to have economic development. We're not going to be able to address flooding because we're already going to be flooded. And our county employees, the public teachers, your bankers, the community won't be able to get to work. And their children won't get to school. And things are going to be closed. And so we're going to have to be repairing stuff that we should have addressed 10, 20 years ago. I was very active the 90s, 2000s, trying to get us to do the overpass. Because when Governor Ann Richards and the state gave us all those funds for the whatever interchange, they didn't even give us the amount of lanes that were necessary for the growth. I mean, it's a trade corridor, and we had 2 lanes to go north, east and west, south, for hurricane evacuations. You know, and I appreciate that you all are so concerned. I mean, we paid for this tamales, and somebody took a whole bunch of tamales to the back. Hey, you know, why are we paying for food for guys that have jobs and for people that have jobs? Now, I'm going to read something here for the community because we have all this spread for former and departed dignitary Norberto Salinas, former mayor of Mission. I'm going to read you something from an official campaign finance report filed by our distinguished Lupe Trevino. On 4/15/2012, Norberto Salinas, El Salinas Ranch, gave $150,000 campaign contribution to Sheriff Trevino. Now, why would somebody give $150,000? And then I look at all the people that gave him money. People gave him $20,000. Wow. Where do people get money like that? I mean, they must have clients like the Texas Syndicate, like our district attorney. Our district attorney, Terry Palacios. municipal court from the city of Edinburgh. His law firm represented a person and a criminal organized syndicate who murdered their friend because he was a confidential informant for the feds. So I don't know what all this, what do y'all think you are doing, but you're going to ruin this county. And I did report that, yes, drainage. You're going to ruin this county through drainage. And we're not even telling the public the truth. We have, in the city of McAllen, which we have people here that were mayors of McAllen, they're not even taking proper minutes. They had an official action on June 12th of 2023. And they didn't even put that vote and what they did in the agenda. And they're your partners. The same thing with the city of FAR. All these people neglect drainage because I don't know where our money's going. But I do know where our money's going. You understand?
Time.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
No, sir.
We're going to the consent agenda.
Yes, sir. Judge, consent agenda, we just have normal operating procedure items, approval of permits, general operations, payments, and so forth. They've been vetted by my staff. Everything's in order. We do recommend approval, Judge.
Motion to approve?
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 5A.
Yes, sir. 5A, a discussion and update as it relates to Texas Water Development Board 2023 Regional Flood Plan for Region 15. So I'd like Jaime to make a brief presentation, just kind of an overview of our role in that, and I guess our trip to Austin as well to adopt that plan. Go ahead.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. Jaime Salazar for the record. Just a brief background. As you know, you supported for the Drainage District to be sponsors for Region 15. We've come a long way. This was initiated back on Senate Bill 8 in 2019. In 2020, we designated Region 15 and started our groups and our committee meetings. There was 15 regions split up amongst the entire state of Texas. And our Region 15 was comprised of 14 voting members, 5 of which were executive committee members, and a total of 10 non-voting members. All members had different interest categories throughout the state. They all served or worked in somewhere within our region, which encompasses from Valverde County south to Cameron County. 2 weeks ago, on July 25th, we attended, along with Commissioner Fuentes, one of our executive members, the Water Development Board meeting, where they accepted the 2023 regional flood plans for all 15 regions in the state of Texas. First time in history. With that, I'll let Commissioner say a few words.
So it was a very interesting and very rapid-paced process. We had less than 2 years to come up with an initial flood plan that, again, has never existed before. And combining this entire region, basically from the lower Rio Grande Valley, which is Falcon Dam, pretty much all the way south to the Laguna Madre, is a pretty tall task. So we were one of the larger regions, and I'm proud to say we were the only one that had a water reclamation component to it, the
That's
use
correct.
of rainwater implemented into its plan. So again, that's a testament to our area being innovative with respect to that rainwater. But it was a good process, and we appreciate the drainage district's not only participation as far as administration, but their advice and counsel along the way, because their expertise in handling rainwater was an essential component to getting this project complete in the time frame that we had. So this was a statewide, 15 different regions. We were one of the regions that was represented there, and I want to thank you again for your help and assistance. And Commissioner Garza over in Cameron County was the chair. Under his leadership, we were able to get all of this done. So it was a team effort, lots of people to congratulate, but to be a part of this historic first flood plan for the entire state of Texas and specifically for our region that will be used to generate more plans, comprehensive plans to address flooding throughout the entire valley. So for those that don't think that we're working hard on it, we are. So I appreciate your efforts, and thank you very much.
Yes, sir, and go ahead.
And just to summarize the process, because everybody says we can do this very quickly, it's really a lengthy process. Because it starts, you have to have money, you have to have a design, you have to acquire right-of-ways, you have to do a contract. You know, it takes a process, and there's only so many projects you can manage at any one time. Did I say that correctly?
Yes.
That's correct.
One of
Well,
the
I
key
like
things-
what you guys are doing.
Thank you, Judge. Just real quick, one of the key things on this new flood plan, basically, you have to be part of it to be eligible for flood infrastructure funds, things like that from the state. So that's a very, very important item there, because if you're not part of the plan, then you can't go out to seek that 65-35, 0% loan and 35% grant, things like that. So that's a key component that we're going to be looking at, making sure that our projects are part of that plan as amended and so forth, so we can have an opportunity to pursue those state dollars and impact our local community here in a positive way.
You're right, and the first time through that flood infrastructure plan, we had over $30 million.
Correct.
Awarded through grants and zero-interest loans.
Yes, sir.
This will provide us the opportunity to include any of the plans that we have identified within our state water plan.
Correct.
To be eligible for flood infrastructure funding, which is coming up, $600 some odd million.
Yes, sir.
Let's take advantage of it.
Yes, sir. If I may, Judge,
Please.
5A2, discussion updates relates to Western Water Board 2023 Texas Rain Catcher Award for the Delta Reclamation Project. Again, we applied for the award. This has been in inception since 2007, and its main focus has been to promote technology, educate the public, and recognize excellence in the application of rainwater harvesting systems in Texas. So we have been selected as an awardee, and based on our water conservation program that we have for that reclamation project. We're very proud of that. So when we get more information regarding the actual award, I know they're going to reach out, and there's going to be a presentation. Commissioner, if you want to say some words on that.
Yeah,
please.
again, I think this goes back to the innovation of what this project actually does. So not only is it what's a dual purpose, it's mitigation and reclamation. So from the standpoint of mitigation, we all know the type of flooding that we endure. This is along the main drain on the north side of the county. This will help create a lot of detention, off-site detention for our main drain, and allow more capacity within the system itself. But in addition to that, we've got reports that basically say that even in a drought situation, we can provide 5 million gallons of water every single day through this project, which will allow us to be able to sell water as a resource. It's a new and innovative way to create water, which is part of what the Water Development Board was looking for. And again, for us to provide a new revenue stream within the county that will allow us to help fund capital projects without taxing the community,
Yes, sir.
without taxing the public. So for us to be able to, we've already gone through the legislative process of being able to use those funds, those future revenues, as part of funding mechanism for revenue bonds is a great relief for our area. It provides us capital to continue with these projects and allows us to keep our tax base a lot lower than it would be if we had to tax people for this. So again, thank you for, there's no grant money or award money
That's correct.
with this, but it is an acknowledgement from the Water Development Board that this project is worthwhile, it's innovative, and it's needed. So thank you for your assistance in getting
Yes,
that
sir.
award, and we'll definitely share with you guys once we get specifics on the date and time of that.
We'll get
particular-
recognition from Water Board, free publicity for the next 2 years through their website and so forth. So it's a good thing to be out there promoting that.
And just remember that there's nobody else in the state that has a project like
Yes, sir.
this. This is unique to our area. We're the first of its kind, not only in the state, but really like throughout the entire United States.
I want to thank Commissioner Fuentes for his leadership on this. By the way, the Delta area is in precinct 1.
Yes, sir.
Kind of northeast, in case anybody doesn't know that.
If I may, Judge, 5B, discussion approval proposed amendment to the floodplain management regulation according to section 60.3D of the National Flood Insurance Program, subject to final legal review. So we had the floodplain order that was adopted in 2015, and we have been working. We had a community assistant visit here recently, went over our order, and we're just adding some language to the order that is recommended from the model order, and in line with our requirements that we have been imposing, just to shore them up. So Ms. Barrera from my office is the one that's been PMing this effort, and we asked for the board's approval so we can update the order, adopt it, and continue to enforce requirements in flood zones.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Item C, one, requesting authority to enter into a pipeline crossing agreement with Union Pacific Railroad for Dow County RMA 365 Alpha project, so final review. And two, approval of payment and issuance of a manual check to Union Pacific Railroad for $23,430 upon execution of the agreement.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Item D, requesting approval of final negotiated professional service agreement, LNG Consulting Engineers, Inc., DBA LNG Engineering, as it relates to professional construction material testing, service on call on as needed basis, Dow County Generation Number 1 project, CACD 12303908808, approved for negotiation by the Board of Directors 5/30/23, subject to final legal review.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
If I may read E, F, and G together. Requesting approval of final negotiated professional agreements with Robert Kistner, Inc. as it relates to professional construction material testing, service on call for Dow County Generation Number 1 project on an as-needed basis. CACD 123040808, approved for negotiation with the board on 5/30/23. Item F, requesting approval of final negotiated professional service agreement with Millennium Engineers Group, Inc. CACD 230370808, as it relates to professional construction material testing service on call on an as-needed basis. Dow County Generation Number 1 projects, approved for negotiation by the Board of Directors 5/30/23. Requesting approval of final negotiated professional service agreement with Terracon Consultants, Inc., CACD 12303380808, as it relates to professional construction material testing service on call on an as-needed basis for Dow County Generation 1 projects, approved on negotiations by the boards on 5/30/23. All subject to final review. Recommend approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. H1, requesting approval to accept bids in a work construction contract, the lowest and most responsible bidder, McAllen Multi-Service, in the amount of $364,911 for the Rincon de Encinos Phase 3 Stormwater Improvement Project, RFP number ACDD 12303300802 ESZ, as recommended by project engineer. Ms. Aldua from my office, subject to legal review and compliance House Bill 1295.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Item 2, pursuant to Texas Logan Code 262031, in the interest of expedited project progress, requesting authority to approve a drainage district general manager to execute change orders that involve an increase or decrease in cost of $50,000 or less. In no event to exceed change order statutory limits, the original contract price may not be decreased by 18% or more without the consent of the contractor.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Item I, requesting authority to advertise and approval, a request for qualifications packet, legal notice requirements, evaluation criteria, et cetera, for independent financial audit service, RFQ number ACDD 12304100830 ESZ, including the re-advertisement of the RFQ in the event SOQs are rejected or no response are received and services are still required.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Motion carries.
J, requesting authority to advertise and approval of procurement packet requirements, specification plans, et cetera, for project annual supply of inline check valves, RFP ACDD 12304300830 KMG, including the re-advertisement of the project in the event of no response are received.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Thank you. Item K, approval of AT&T claim for damages number SWBT 08-2023-07-050166 in the amount of $1,311.17 for damages Harvest Time project in Mission, Texas.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
L, North Main Drain, approval of purchase payment number 1 in the amount of $266,988.05 from Welch Excavation Utility Company, Inc., pertaining to construction contract CCD 12206600502 North Main Drain, Edinburgh, Texas. Ms. Aldua, project engineer, everything's in order. Recommend approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item M1, payment approval of invoices number 1010323RD in the amount of $76,620.01 for Dow County Precinct 4, pay periods 1 through 3 of 2023. And item 2, payment approval invoice number 0506-2023RD in the amount of $102,282.77 for Dow County Precinct 4 for pay periods 5 and 6 of 2023.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
6A, approval application payment number 1 in the amount of $75,471.48 from Morewell LLC pertaining to construction contract CCD 121-017-R0502 Westcoast Drain. Mr. Azua from my office.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Have a motion second to approve. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
7A1, requesting approval to accept bids in a work construction contract to the lowest most responsible bidder, Morewell LLC, in the amount of $399,104.71 for construction cast in place reinforced concrete boxes 7x7 for the Southwest Westico 2018 bond referendum project 35, RFP number 8CDD1 23032006, 21 ESZ as recommended project engineer, Mr. Alcedula from my office.
Do I need to?
Out of abundance, I mean, I think
I'm gonna
legal, you're
abstain
good,
from-
but.
I'm going to abstain from this, Judge.
Yes, sir.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 7.2 pertains to Electric Code 262031 and interest expanded project progress, requesting authority to approve drainage district general manager to execute change orders involving increase and decrease costs of $50,000 or less in no event exceed the change order statutory limits. The original contract price may not be decreased by 80% or more, but the consent of the contractor.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Mr. Sassin, my apologies, Judge, Commissioner, Mr. Sassin, which was the prior item that the Commissioner?
7A1,
Judge, could you please
Do you
state
want
for the
two
record?
also, since it's?
yeah, 7A1 and 2, yes, sir, 7A1 and 2.
That Commissioner Fuentes did abstain for the record on 7A 1 and 2 of the Drainage District?
Please.
Okay, let the record show that Commissioner Fuentes abstained from any vote or action on item 7A and B, 1 and 2.
Yes, sir. 7B1, requesting approval of closed documents parcel 10A E16 as it relates to project 10A of the 2018 Drainage Bond Program. East Mercedes Authority of Chairman of the Board execute documents. 7B2, requesting approval of closed documents parcel 10A E1 as it relates to project 10A of the 2018 Drainage Bond Program. East Mercedes and Authority for the Chairman of the Board to execute documents.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. C1 through 6, approval of application payment number 6 in the amount of $112,375.80 from RDH Site and Concrete LLC pertaining to construction contract number CACD 121-048-1130 Faceville Drain. Item 2, approval of application payment number 4 in the amount of $478,303.20 from Science Brothers Construction pertaining to construction contract CACD 122-0010308 FM 493 Country Road. Item 3, approval of acceptance certificate of statute completion, certificate of construction completion for Morway LLC pertaining to construction contract CACD 122-024-0726 J08 Drain. Item 4, approval application payment number 8, retainage in the amount of $179,735.49 and interest in the amount of $1,057.25 for Morway LLC pertaining to construction contract CACD 122-024-0726 J08 Drain. Item 5, approval application payment number 12 in the amount of $106,738.20 from Gonzalez Engineering pertaining to construction contract CACD 121-023-0727 Mission McAllen Rado. Item 6, approval application payment number 1 in the amount of $225,011.70 from Science Brothers Construction pertaining to construction contract number CACD 120-009R0404 South Lateral Drain Structure, C1 through 6.
Motion to approve?
Second.
We have a motion and a second for items C, 1 through 6. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
8A, Human Resources approval of following personnel action effective August 8, 2023. We'd like to reclassification, current position title is Accounts Payable Supervisor 3 to Accounts Payable Specialist 3. No impact.
So move.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
We do have executive action.
Pursuant to subchapter D of chapter 551 of this government code, we're going to return to closed session to discuss items listed in code section 551.072, 551.074, 501.071. May I have a motion to do so?
Motion made.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. I have 9:53.
Yes.
Okay, we're back from closed session. We do have one action item, I believe.
Under item 10A, possible action of real estate acquisition. Action as needed to authorize Mr. Sassin to proceed as discussed in the closed meeting.
Motion made?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Nothing further.
On the other item,
Motion
Are
to
we
adjourn.
done? May I have a motion to adjourn, please?
Motion made?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. We are adjourned. And I'll call the meeting to order of the Hidalgo County Commissioners Court. We'll start with a roll call to establish quorum.
David Fuentes, Precinct 1.
Eddie Cantu, Precinct 2.
Everardo Villarreal, Precinct 3.
Ellie Torres, Precinct 4.
Richard Cortez, County Judge. That constitutes a quorum of 5. Today, we're honored to have U.S. Navy veteran Alexandra Kearns, who served in the U.S. Navy from 2010 to 2014. She says that the Navy took her to California, Virginia, Washington, Florida, Maryland, New York, D.C., Illinois, and all over Germany, but her favorite place is Rio Grande Valley. Alexandra, please lead us in today's pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Today, we're also honored to have Stephen de la Garza. He's our new director at the Urban County. He will lead us in today's prayer. Stephen?
Yes, sir. Good morning. I would like to ask everyone to please stand and bow your heads. Heavenly Father, we thank you for our leadership who care and dedicate their lives in addressing issues impacting our community. We ask that you help all leaders to care for people in need. We ask your presence to press upon our hearts the importance and drive to reach out to our elected officials and community representatives on issues surrounding our community needs. We humbly ask that those most vulnerable are protected and that you offer your strength to those mourning their loved ones and offer patience to all those through their difficult times. In your name we pray.
Before we go on to the agenda, I want to especially recognize our Congresswoman, Monica de la Cruz. I saw her earlier. Okay. The next item on the agenda is your approval of the consent agenda.
Yes, Judge, Commissioners, with your permission, I'd like to pull from consent agenda items 2C, 7A1 and 2, 12H1, and 12L1.
Motion to approve the balance of the agenda.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Judge, Commissioners, for the record, there will be no action on consent agenda item 2C. For consent agenda items 7A1 and 2, Commissioner Fuentes will be abstaining from any discussion and/or action.
Second. We have a motion and a second to approve items 7A, 1, and 2. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Let the record show that Commissioner Fuentes abstained from any action or discussion on these two items.
Thank you.
And for consent agenda item 12H1 and 12L1, Commissioner Villarreal will be abstaining from any discussion and/or action.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Let the record show Commissioner Villarreal abstained from any voting or discussion on items 12A1 and 12L1.
Thank you, Judge, Commissioner.
Next, our favorite part of the agenda, we have some awards and recognitions. If I may go to item 5C, the proclamation honoring the life of Mayor Norberto Beto Salinas.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. If I can please have the family of Mayor Norberto Salinas come up to stand with me. With your permission, I'll read. Proclamation honoring the life of Mayor Norberto Beto Salinas. Whereas it is with deep sorrow and profound respect that we remember the life and legacy of former Mayor Norberto Beto Salinas, a dedicated public servant and esteemed leader of our community. And whereas Mayor Salinas devoted numerous years of his life to the betterment of Precinct 3, serving as Hidalgo County Commissioner, the Mayor of the City of Mission, and later as trustee of the South Texas Independent School District, leaving an indelible mark on our community and educational system. And whereas Mayor Salinas' unwavering commitment to public safety, economic development, and education played a pivotal role in transforming Precinct 3 into a vibrant and thriving place for its residents. And whereas Mayor Salinas' leadership and vision were instrumental in shaping Mission into the prosperous and dynamic city it is today, contributing significantly to its growth and prosperity. And whereas in 1983, Mayor Salinas was appointed by Governor Mark White to the Indigent Health Care Advisory Task Force. In 1991, Mayor Salinas was appointed by Governor Ann Richards to the Texas Funeral Commission and was later reappointed by Governor George W. Bush. And in 2001, Governor Rick Perry appointed Mayor Salinas to the Texas Department of Housing and Community Affairs. And whereas Mayor Salinas selflessly served in various capacities, demonstrating his deep dedication to the betterment of our community, including his roles as Vice Chair of the Anzanduas Bridge Board, Chairman of the Lower Rio Grande Valley Development Council Board of Directors, Chairman of the Texas Department of Transportation MPO Policy Committee, and President of the Texas Ambulance Institute. And whereas Mayor Salinas' exemplary service extended beyond his political endeavors, as he actively contributed to numerous organizations, such as the Texas Tech Prep Board of Directors, the Hidalgo County chapter of the American Red Cross, the Texas Ambulance Association, the Mission Chamber of Commerce, the Boy Scouts of America, Mission High School Future Farmers of America, Texas Citrus Fiesta Incorporated, and Sister Cities International, where he served as a leading member. And whereas Mayor Salinas' dedication to the well-being of our community was further exemplified through his presidency of the Amigos del Valle Board of Directors, demonstrating his profound commitment to enhancing the lives of those in need. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that we honor and celebrate the life of Mayor Norberto Beto Salinas, recognizing his unwavering dedication, exemplary leadership, and profound impact on our community. We encourage all residents of Precinct 3 and the City of Mission to reflect upon Mayor Salinas' remarkable contributions and strive to embody his spirit of service, compassion, and tireless dedication to the betterment of our community. May his memory continue to inspire us to work together for the prosperity and well-being of all. Approved this 8th day of August 2023.
Motion to approve.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you very much, Judge Commissioners. I have his son, Rick Salinas, here to say a few words.
Well, first of all, I want to thank everybody, my family, my daughters here, and the rest of my family that showed up to have this proclamation. We're honored by it. I want to thank, I see some friendly faces, Mr. Fuentes, a friend of mine out of Westlaco. I'm going to skip Eddie Cantu because he knows that already, but we're pretty tight, right? County Judge Cortez, Commissioner Torres, and the best part is I want to thank Commissioner Villarreal for doing this today. I understand that he spearheaded this and all the lovely food that's outside. Thank you ever for that. It means a lot. I think that the one thing that we've realized since May 26th, since his passing, is that we didn't understand how big a legacy he had left. And the word legacy, that's a big word, right? None of us really followed in his footsteps because I remember one of the conversations I had with him when he was trying to either convince me to go to law school or to stay away from law school, right? And I remember I looked at him and I said, I was glad that at least God was able to put something in my head and told me, dude, you're not like this guy, all right? And after today and looking at all the awards and everything that he did, and let me tell you, since his passing, we've had so many people come and talk to us, and it's incredible. He never really talked about it, so maybe that's why we didn't know about all the other subtle details. I can tell you that in 1980, when we ran that campaign, we were kids, and it was a different group of people. I think me and Ever must have been in high school, maybe freshmen, or I don't know, somewhere around there. It was a different group of people, a different group of recipients, a different group of public servants. I saw my father evolve, not here, but in the other court, and then inevitably from the very beginning in the Drug Impact Court, which was in the original courthouse, which is, I guess, not going to be with us very long, right, if we get this one going here. But I remember some of the comments, and I share this with you because this is interesting. It's not just about the awards, and I think Judge Cortez knows this. It's about the constant commentary made by him. And I used to tell myself, well, it's just politics. But it stayed with him for more than 40 years. You know, it stayed with him, and he never got rid of it. He was relentless. And he was kind of like, he was always that bull of a man. And I say that because we will never replicate him. We will never substitute him. We will never be like him. But he left an invaluable impression on us. He spoke to everyone. He didn't care what political party you were in. If it meant something for the betterment of the county and he loved the people in Hidalgo County, he would do it. Inevitably, he ended his political career in Mission where he really loved the people of Mission. And I used to scratch my head and say, why? And he had a commitment for it, and that's what he did. I think that for a man that had so much personal success, and I'm talking about his ranch and his businesses, I think that the biggest measure of his success, for him at least, was the impact he had on people's lives. And I think that he always made it real clear to us that the biggest success we could do, the biggest thing we could do, is how can we change someone's life? Before we check out, before we get called, what difference are we going to make? You guys are all public servants here today. I hope you let the legacy and an example that you guys can take with you, put it somewhere in your pocket, pull it out every once in a while, and look at it. And you know, there are only a few now. We're the last of the Mohicans, you know, and there's a new generation that's coming in, and we got to deal with social media and all these other things, the kind of things that Beto Salinas didn't really care about, all right? I wanted to extend a special heartfelt thank you to the people in Mission. I know that we have the city commission here. We also have my favorite police officers from Mission. I got to say that because I'm always there, okay? So, again, from the bottom of my heart, on behalf of my family, nothing will change. We are still here to serve. Whatever you guys need, we're there at the forefront. My politics is a little different from my dad's, but not too far from it, okay? So whatever you all need, thank you again from the bottom of my heart. We love you guys. And all the beautiful people that are here today, you guys are magnificent. Thank you again for this proclamation. Commissioner, muchas gracias por todo. I appreciate it.
Man, Rick, I want to thank the Salinas family for allowing us the privilege to honor the legacy of your father. He was an amazing man, and everybody knew it. You know, talking in the coffee shops and with our residents, I knew him as a resident of Mission, and todos decían, si necesitas algo, habla con Beto. No tengo cita, te va a ver. And I remember personally going to his office without an appointment, and I would go in. He was always there. And Maribel was in her office on the left-hand side. Y pues zapata con alguien ahorita. Pero espere tantito, ahorita te atiende. And that was him, and that's why he was loved and respected in our community. And again, it is an honor for me to show the respect and love that all of us feel here. If you want to turn around, just look at everybody that's here for Mayor Salinas, and thank you all. I know you all feel the same way that we do on the love and respect that he earned by taking care of our community because of his leadership skills and the love that he had for all of us. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Well, everybody's here to honor the life of Beto Salinas. Please come forward so we can take your group picture. I know it's many of you, but we can do it. Please come forward.
Does your camera get it from there? Yeah.
If everyone could please turn around and face me. Face me. Yes. Turn around and face me, please. Whatever we have to do. Just stand. That's good, everyone's in the frame. Okay, ready? Everybody please look forward. If you can't see me, then your face won't come out in the photo. So kind of maneuver yourself. Okay, on the count of three, please. 1, 2, and 3. Hold on. Of course, just be careful, please. You're not liable. You're not liable.
Aníbal, go up. Hold on, please.
No.
Aníbal?
Let me get it.
Oh, it's here.
1, 2, 3. Thank you, guys. Point of order, can we move open forum? Oh, point of order, can we move open forum, please?
Well, I don't know what Beto would say right now, but I know he would be very proud. Thank you all for coming. Okay, we're also here to honor another very special person, San Juanita Leal.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. My name is Dr. Jennifer Mendoza Culbertson, Chief of Staff for Precinct 4 Internal Affairs. And on behalf of Commissioner Eli Torres, I will read Agenda Item 91894. Proclamation congratulating Ms. San Juanita Leal on winning 2 gold medals at the Texas 2023 UIL 6A Track and Field State Competition. Whereas Hidalgo County, by and through Hidalgo County Precinct 4, is honoring Ms. San Juanita Leal for her athletic accomplishments at the Texas 2023 UIL 6A Track and Field State Meet held in Austin, Texas. And whereas Ms. Leal's journey to become an elite runner began at the age of 6 years old when her parents signed her up for the City of Edinburgh's annual 10K run and placed second in her division. 2 years later, she participated in the same event and placed first in her age group. And whereas Ms. Leal's natural talent continued to flourish, she would participate in various 5K runs before she was able to compete in both track and cross country at B.L. Garza Middle School. And whereas Ms. Leal's UIL eligibility began as a seventh grader through her sophomore year, she won several area, regional, and district championships in UIL track and cross country in the following races: the 800 meter, the 1600 meter, and the 3200 meter. And whereas at the state competition, Ms. Leal displayed her exceptional talent and determination by winning 2 gold medals in the 1600 meter and the 3200 meter events. She won the 2 gold medals with impressive timings of 4:47:36 and 10:19:19 respectively. And whereas throughout this summer, Ms. Leal has continued to train hard and earn the opportunity to represent South Texas at the national level. Ms. Leal competed at the New Balance Outdoors Nationals in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and at the Nike Nationals in Portland, Oregon. And whereas Ms. Leal holds many records in the Rio Grande Valley, as well as 2 gold medals, an accomplishment that has not been seen at Edinburgh North High School in nearly 3 decades. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that the Hidalgo County Commissioners Court hereby recognizes, approves, and congratulates Ms. San Juanita Leal on all of her accomplishments, especially bringing back 2 gold medals to the county of Hidalgo. The court wishes Ms. Leal the best of luck defending her titles during her senior year at Edinburgh North High School. Seeking approval.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
With us this morning with Ms. San Juanita Leal, we do have her family, and Ms. San Juanita Leal would like to say a few words with her father as well.
I'd like to thank my coaches, teammates, and my Uncle Ren for shaping me who I am today, and my family for always going to my meets. I'm really excited for my senior year, and I hope I could end my high school career with no regrets.
San Juanita, I'm not biased in what I'm going to say, but I think you'd look really good in burnt orange. You know? that maroon over there, Sheriff, be quiet, don't say anything.
It's been an honor to you guys to present San Juanita this proclamation. Takes a lot of hard work, dedication, and you know, it paid off this year. I mean, we were beyond belief, you know, what our accomplishments, but we're very proud of her. And this year, hopefully, she's seeking the cross-country state title, which last year she came in 4th place. But hopefully, God willing, we'll be there, and of course, another successful track season. But thank you so much for inviting us.
Absolutely. Well, I was just told that she's the niece of our DA, Dara Palacios. So there's where the genes come from. Another good runner.
Agenda item 91893. Proclamation congratulating Mr. Keyshawn Garcia on winning a gold medal at the Texas 2023 UIL 6A Track and Field State Competition and 2023 National Champion. He could not be with us this morning because he could not get out of a university class that he is attending right now, but his mother, his father, and Coach Martinez is here this morning. Whereas Hidalgo County is honoring Mr. Keyshawn Garcia for his athletic accomplishments at the Texas 2023 UIL 6A Track and Field State Meet held in Austin, Texas, and at the National Running Lane Competition held in Huntsville, Alabama. And whereas Keyshawn represented the Edinburgh Consolidated Independent School District by attending Flores Zapata Elementary, Longoria Middle School, and Edinburgh North High School. And whereas during his tenure at Edinburgh North High School, Keyshawn's talent was so exceptional, he made the varsity track team as a freshman. He also played varsity football, and his athletic ability earned him district MVP and All-Valley defensive back. And whereas, as a senior, Keyshawn was the district, area, and regional champion in the 400-meter and 800-meter events, qualifying him to compete at the state competition. And whereas at the state competition, Keyshawn's self-discipline, dedication, sacrifice, hard work, and training paid off as he won the 800-meter state title with an exceptional time of 1:51:53. And whereas in May of 2023, Keyshawn continued to compete in track and attended the National Running Lane Track Championship held in Huntsville, Alabama. Keyshawn became a national champion at this race by winning the 800-meter run with a time of 1:49:61, which was his personal best. And whereas Keyshawn has accumulated many accolades throughout his high school tenure, some of which include being named the RGV Sports All-Valley Male Athlete of the Year and Male Track and Field Athlete of the Year. And whereas Keyshawn will continue his studies and take his track talents to the University of Houston, as he has signed his national letter of intent to run at the University of Houston, home of the Cougars. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that the Hidalgo County Commissioners Court hereby recognizes and congratulates Mr. Keyshawn Garcia on all of his accomplishments, especially bringing back a state and national championship to Hidalgo County. The court wishes Mr. Garcia the best of luck in his studies and track career at the University of Houston. Permission to approve.
Motion to approve?
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Congratulations.
Thank you, everybody, and I'd like to first thank God for him, and thank the coach, and thank the teachers, and I'm so proud of him. Thank you.
Thank you. I just finished my 53rd year of coaching. I'm going to start my 54th. And all during that time, we had some real good, outstanding runners. These were our number 5 and number 6 state champions for our Edinburgh schools. But these were the best that we've had in all the time that I've been involved in track and field and cross country. San Juanita, and she still has another year to go, broke the records. Not only did she break him, she put him at a level that is going to be very hard to break. And I know she will break him this year, but for the people that will be following her, it's going to be very hard to break those records. Of course, you never say never, because there's always somebody comes around. This is like San Juanita and Keyshawn came around. And Keyshawn is a very special athlete. He not only broke the record, he came within 1/100th of a second of breaking the all-time 800-meter record in the history of the of the UIL track and field and the 800. That is an exceptional accomplishment, and we're very proud of him. Both of them have worked very hard. Things like this don't happen by accident. You gotta have the right individual that's willing to do the work and the support of their family. Both of these kids have 100% support at home. And we talked about other people in the past. We have our own district attorney, Terry Palazzo, ran for us in our program. And his team in 1982 missed winning the state title by 2 points. If Terry were only given us one little bit more effort, we would have won the state title that year. But those are the type of people that we deal with here in Edinburgh. It's nothing new. It's happened through the number of years that I've been here. And from day one, when I came to Edinburgh, I knew we had some special people here. I was hired in 1976 by Coach Richard Flores, our principal, Mr. Carrera, and he brought me into his office and said, Coach, we brought you here because we want you to build our distance program. We have a good track program, but our distance program is not what it needs to be. Well, that year, with a team that nobody knew anything about, we won district, we won regionals, and we placed 6th at the state meet on a very cold and wet day. We didn't handle it real good on that particular day. Next year, we won state, and then we just kept going. And people like Keyshawn and San Juanita and Terry and Richard Recheta and Laura Vasquez, Sonia Sepulveda, and one of my favorites, and I forget his name, Joe Medina. And all these kids have been very successful. This sport does wonder, or any other sport, for these kids that will, in the future, are going to be the leaders of this community. And that's why I'm very proud to be part of it. It's just such a blessing to be involved with this community and the kids that they have to offer. I want to thank you all for recognizing these kids, and hopefully we'll be back next year with San Juanita again. Thank you.
Next, we're also here to honor Mari Gutierrez for her retirement.
Yes, I believe somebody
With us
from
for
come
precinct
forward.
1?
Yes, my staff.
Yes. Mr. Mario Cano will be reading the proclamation honoring the service of Mrs. Mari Gutierrez.
Thank you.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. I'll be reading the proclamation honoring the service of Ms. Mari Gutierrez, upon her retirement from Hidalgo County. Whereas Ms. Mari Gutierrez has been an employee of Hidalgo County for 30 years, where she has gladly undertaken different roles and responsibilities, and whereas Mari began her employment with the County of Hidalgo in 1992 at the District Clerk's Office under Ms. Pauline Gonzalez, Mari then transitioned to the County Judge's Office from late 1992 through 2001, where she was promoted from clerk to executive assistant to former County Judge J. Edgar Ruiz. And whereas during her tenure at the County Judge's Office, Mari also worked for County Judge Richard Garcia and former County Judge Renato Cuellar. And whereas Mari then transitioned into the role of Assistant Court Coordinator for Precinct 1 Justice of the Peace Jesus Jesse Morales from 2001 to 2003. Whereas Mari later joined the County Clerk's Office from 2003 to 2005, working as an executive assistant to J.D. Salinas III, and stayed working alongside him as she moved from county clerk to county judge from 2006 to 2010. Her responsibilities grew vastly as she also assisted the Hidalgo County Emergency Management Team during emergencies while organizing conferences and helping review legislative issues. And whereas Mari also briefly worked alongside interim county judge Rene Ramirez and then went on to rejoin the Hidalgo County Precinct 1 family in 2010 as an administrative assistant to former Commissioner A.C. Cuellar Jr., former Commissioner Joel Quintanilla, and our current Commissioner David L. Fuentes. And whereas Mari has begun an integral part of the Precinct 1 team and the Hidalgo County organization for 30 years. Now therefore be it proclaimed that Hidalgo County Commissioners Court hereby offers its deepest gratitude and congratulations to Ms. Mari Gutierrez on behalf of all the people of Hidalgo County and wishes her well in this next chapter of her life upon retirement. Approve this 8th day of August 2023. Seeking approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
And Mari is here joined with her family and our co-workers from Precinct 1.
Good morning, Commissioners. I'm excited for this new chapter in my life. I'm joined here by my daughter. My sons could not be here. They're at work. My husband is at work. My brother is here. And my Precinct 1 family, which I will miss. But looking forward to retirement from the county, which is a great organization. Thank you all.
Hold on, Mari, you're gonna have to work for me for at least a day so you can say you work for the other county judge. I think you work for all of them. Speaking of years of service, we have another individual we want to honor today, Mr. Roman Rodriguez.
Agenda item 91907, proclamation in honor of Roman Rodriguez for his dedication of 36 years of public service to the County of Hidalgo. Whereas Hidalgo County is honoring Mr. Roman Rodriguez for his distinguished public service to the County of Hidalgo in both Precinct 1 and Precinct 4. And whereas Mr. Rodriguez was born on March 3, 1966, to Manuel and Guadalupe Rodriguez in Weslaco, Texas. He is a lifelong resident of Egg Couch, Elsa, and is one of 4 siblings. He has 2 sisters and 1 brother. Mr. Rodriguez is happily married to Mrs. Alicia Duque Rodriguez, and he's the proud father of Victoria and R.J. Rodriguez. And whereas Mr. Rodriguez began his tenure with Hidalgo County Precinct 1 in 1987, he obtained employment through Manpower for 2 years, working in the Road and Bridge Division, repairing potholes under the direction of Commissioner Samuel Sanchez. In February 1989, Mr. Rodriguez officially gained employment with the precinct and was promoted to a heavy equipment operator. And whereas Mr. Rodriguez's work ethic and dedication to public service paid off as he moved up the ranks and held many positions and earned several promotions. In 2009, Mr. Rodriguez's knowledge and experience earned him a significant promotion and became the general foreman of Precinct 1. And whereas in January of 2011, Mr. Rodriguez transferred to Hidalgo County Precinct 4 to become the Road and Bridge Director and still holds this position under the leadership of Commissioner Eli Torres. And whereas throughout his years of service, he earned the respect of all of his colleagues throughout the county and has become the go-to person for guidance and direction during times of natural disasters. And whereas he is the primary example of a truly dedicated public servant, there are countless miles of roads paved and projects completed that have positively impacted Hidalgo County members. Mr. Rodriguez is definitely leaving Precinct 1 and Precinct 4 in better condition since he took the reins as General Foreman and Road and Bridge Director. And whereas after 36 years of sacrifice, hard work, and dedication, Mr. Rodriguez has decided to retire on August 31st, 2023, and begin the next chapter of his life. His experience, knowledge, and skills will be greatly missed. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that the Hidalgo County Commissioners Court hereby recognizes and approves this proclamation in honor of Roman Rodriguez. The court wishes Roman well on his retirement and blessed success in all of his future endeavors. Seeking approval.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
All I can say is thank you. It's been great, 36 years. I want to thank my family. I know it haven't been the easiest husband to be with, but it was all for good. Thank you.
Okay, we have another important proclamation. This is to honor the National Minority Donor Awareness Fund. If you can all please come forward.
Agenda item 5F, proclamation recognizing August 2023 as National Minority Donor Awareness Month. Whereas,
Go ahead.
thank you. Whereas founded in 1996, National Minority Donor Awareness Month focuses on bringing heightened awareness to donation and transplantation in multicultural communities, focusing primarily on African American, Hispanic, Asian Pacific Islander, and Native American communities. And whereas currently there are more than 104,000 people on the national transplant waiting list, of which nearly 57% are minorities, and of those, 22% are Hispanic or Latino. And whereas every 9 minutes, a new name is added to the national transplant list, and 17 people will die today waiting for a life-saving organ transplant. And whereas there are approximately 11,600 Texans on the national transplant waiting list, with 45.5% being of Hispanic ethnicity. And whereas minority patients are often at an increased need for transplants affecting the heart, kidney, pancreas, and liver due to unavoidable or chronic conditions. Since ethnic groups tend to have similar blood types, success rates increase when recipients are paired within the same ethnic or racial group. And whereas in order to help spread awareness, we encourage the public to share their success stories on organ donation, pledge to become an organ donor at registerme.org, and join a fundraising event in the community to raise awareness about organ donation. Now therefore be it proclaimed that the Hidalgo County Commissioners Court does hereby declare this month of August as National Minority Donor Awareness Month, and encourages all citizens, especially minorities, to consider organ, eye, and tissue donation, and to engage in healthy habits to decrease the need for transplantation. Seeking approval.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I have here Ms. Sarah Salas from the Texas Organ Sharing Alliance to say a few words.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Sarah Salas, one of the communication coordinators for Texas Organ Sharing Alliance. Texas Organ Sharing Alliance is one of 3 organ procurement organizations in the state of Texas, covering over 50 counties, offering organ transplant and recovery services. On behalf of Texas Organ Sharing Alliance, we want to thank the County of Hidalgo and Judge Cortez for allowing us to be here. Our partners, DHR, for being present today and representing the only transplant center south of San Antonio. Thank you for contributing to our mission of saving lives through the power of organ donation. National Minority Donor Awareness Month is a collaborative initiative of the National Multicultural Action Group, working together to save and improve the quality of life of diverse communities by creating a positive culture for organ, eye, and tissue donation. National Minority Awareness Month focuses primarily on African American, Hispanic, Asian, and Native American communities. Because the Rio Grande Valley continues to be one of the lowest registered areas in Texas, we've decided to partner with the County of Hidalgo to proclaim August as a month of National Minority Awareness. We hope that this makes a difference in your communities and for our fellow Texans who are still on the waiting list. We ask that if you are not already registered, register today and be the hope for someone at a second chance at life.
Thank you, Ron.
Judge, if I may, I appreciate that. You mentioned during your resolution to share success stories. My sister and I are both living donors to my mom who passed away, but we had 20 blessed years after 2 kidney transplants. And we were very blessed that we had it within our family. But we encourage everybody to go out there and consider donation, especially at end of life. You can save many, many lives by being an organ donor. So thank you for bringing awareness to this very much needed. And congratulations on your kidney transplant center here in McAllen.
Thank you for sharing that.
If you can put the camera here, this is my donor card. Okay, it's really, really important. It's really, really easy to sign up and so important. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, another important part of our program. Next, we're going to have the open forum.
Thank you, Judge Commissioners. We do have we do have 5 participants. I'd like to remind the public that they're always welcome to participate in public forum. They need to be familiar with the rules of decorum, which prohibits direct and indirect personal attacks on members of the court or any county individuals. The comments made should also pertain to county business and cannot be threatening in nature. There is a 3-minute time limit. I will advise when there is 1 minute, and I will start when the speaker starts. Our first participant is Mr. Lupe Chavez.
Thank you. For the record, my name's Lupe Chavez. I'm from Las Milpas, Texas. That was officially recognized by Spectrum Communications, so that's where I get my bill. So I was actually gone. I was already left because, this public forum, it's great to recognize people, and I recognize the success of all these students, but we recognize them in triplicate, school district, city, and then county. And then we have county employees here sitting around at a meeting waiting to do stuff, chief of staffs. We have, all these people. I saw Tony Forina here. All these people that have jobs, they can be doing stuff for the county. They can be using that time for the county. And when I spoke here at the Drainage District, I already know what people are going to say. Now I'm addressing county business, so I don't want to be interrupted. And I'm going to be, follow your rules. I know these rules because I've been in public policy since the 1980s. I know people think that Las Milpas built itself, or, they want to credit all these different people, all these elected officials. But, my family retired. They were union leaders with the AFL-CIO in Indiana. And so they retired to Las Milpas because my dad wanted his ranch, like Mr. Salinas that you all honored. And my family also lives in Las Milpas. They were servicemen. They were in the Navy. They were in the Army. They served in World War II, and they came back to their home county. They came to Hidalgo County. They came to the city of Hidalgo. And they built the city of Hidalgo, and they incorporated the city of Hidalgo. And they retired in Las Milpas because that was the land that was familiar to them. They worked in all the produce places in Hidalgo, and they were mechanics, and they picked the fields. And through that, my family, we've been very successful where we are, and we don't need recognition for that. We don't need to come here and be recognized. And I always tell people, and I'll embarrass my friend here, but I always encourage people to go get their doctorates. And I've done everybody's homework in Hidalgo County, man. PSJ, I did everybody's homework. College, I did everybody's homework, man. Public policy. I've been in public policy. I used to come into this building every day since the 1990s. I have a lot of experience in business. And I came here because you guys are failing. And I had a person reach out to me. Her daughter was the victim of sexual assault. And I was gone. I was leaving because I didn't want to waste my time. But then I remembered that's an important message to come and tell you that they captured this sexual predator. He was arrested in Utah. And the local police office didn't want to get the extradition papers. And we worked with the district attorney to get the extradition papers. But this child predator was captured and released because that local agency didn't want to do it. So I'm going to come and make sure that we codify everything that you're not doing, where it's going to be made public policy so that you do it. Thank you. That's 3 minutes, right?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Our next presenter is Ms. Fern McClarity.
Commissioners, I think you are all between a rock and a hard place. The county has now sold $380 million in bonds. Our state representative, Terry Canales, is saying the county commissioners are losing funding because they are moving too slow, and now the new courthouse is at a standstill. The county judge has on several occasions stated the greatest issue is to regain the trust of the people. I would suggest that the Commissioners Court lost the trust of the people when they did not allow the people to vote on the new courthouse. They lost the trust of the people when they went to Austin to create a law that would allow the court to increase taxes to fund a solid waste system. They lost the trust of the people when they continued to sign interlocal agreements and increasing taxes to create an ambulance service, especially when there are several private companies providing the service. I often wonder why the county created a committee to discuss alternatives for addressing poverty. Here is the solution to the growing problem of poverty: stop spending our money. Hidalgo County has one of the highest tax rates in the state. Stop taking money from the people and their economic condition will improve. In November of this year, there will be an election, a bill that will be on the ballot to reduce our property values. It will increase the school tax exemption for homestead properties from $40,000 to $100,000. It will cap business values increase to 20%, and it will add 3 at-large members to the Appraisal District Board. And if it is approved, it will all happen in 2023. It is not the first step, but it is a good step in the effort of people to reduce the ability of public officials to take more money from the people. And today I wanted to thank Beto Salinas. He helped save the people from Hidalgo County on having another property tax on their bill. Was the hospital district. He helped us fight 2 times. It took 2 times to stop it. And 111,822 voters voted no the second time around. So I thank Beto, and I know that he cared about our county. Thank you.
Thank you. Next presenter is Ms. Rosa Enriquez. Sí. Sí. Señor Enríquez, sí, hay un límite de 3 minutos. Yo le voy a avisar cuando le sobra 1 minuto y yo comienzo cuando usted va a comenzar, ¿ok?
Ok, ya.
Okay. Sí, adelante, por favor.
Buenos días, soy la señora María Rosa Enríquez y vengo a darle las gracias al comisionador Fuentes por vernos apoyado y agarrado las firmas en la luz que se va a hacer en la Alberta Acres. Estamos muy agradecidos porque es muy importante, porque ha habido robos siempre por la oscuridad y estamos bien agradecidos con usted por vernos apoyado de esa manera. Gracias.
Gracias.
Buenos días, mi nombre es Modesta Reyes.
Sí, un momento.
Okay.
Gracias.
Good morning, Commissioners. My name is Rosa Enriquez, and I'm here to give thanks to Commissioner Fuentes for the support of the approval of the signature for the public lighting in the Colonia Alberta Acres, since it's very important for us, since there have been many robberies. Thank you so very much, and thank you.
Thank you. And our next presenter is Ms. Modesta Reyes.
Buenos días, mi nombre es Modesta Reyes y estamos aquí para darle las gracias a nuestro comisionado Fuentes por haber aceptado nuestras firmas y aprobarlas para ponernos luz pública en nuestra colonia Alberta Acres. Y estamos muy agradecidas, ya que es muy importante para que no haya más robos en nuestra colonia. Muchas gracias.
Gracias. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Modesta Reyes. We're here to give thanks for the approval of our signatures to Commissioner Fuentes to our Colonia Alberta Acres. It's so very important so there are no more robberies around. Thank you very much.
Gracias. Gracias. Buen día. Thank you. Gracias. Judge, with your permission, Commissioners, I'm going to ask if we could please go to closed session.
Okay, that concludes our closed session. So pursuant to Chapter 551 of the Texas Government Code, we'll be retiring to closed session to discuss items listed in Code Section 551.071, .072, .074, and .087. I have a motion to do so.
Motion made. Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. I have 11:17 a.m.
So, Judge, Commissioners, We are out of closed session, and so if you can, let me go ahead and take care of the open session items. So I am now on agenda item. Well, Judge, can you please declare us back in open session?
I already did.
Oh, my apologies. So under item 26, item 26A, there's no action to be taken. And item 26B, there is no action to be taken. So item 27, open session. 27A, real estate acquisition appropriation for sale. There's no specific action to be taken. 27B, pending and or potential litigation. There's no specific action to be taken. 27C, discussion, consideration, possible action regarding response to public health emergency. I'll refer back to item, my agenda item under executive office further down this meeting or later in the meeting. Item 27D, V. Roman versus County, TWCCRD 1A23751, EEOC 31C-2023-00526. We will proceed as directed. Judge, we can now go back to
7A.
7A, yes, sir.
Afternoon, Judge. Commissioner Rosalinda Cantu presenting for the District Attorney's Office. Item 7A, the DA's Title 4E. We're asking for approval of 1 and 2, approval of the Title 4E grant budget for October 1st, 2023 through September 30th, 2024. And number 2, approval for county judge to sign the following documents: budget, letter A, budget; B, federal funding accountability and transparency act form; and C, signature authority designation form 2031.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion second to approve. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 7B, the DA's Victim Assistance Program. We're asking for approval to submit a VAP grant 292-4305 budget adjustment to the Office of the Governor.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
May I proceed to number 8? HIDA Task Force. Item 8A, the fiscal year 2023 HIDA Task Force, Fund 1291, asking for approval of 1, 2, and 3, authorization and approval to accept award G23SS00028, supplement number 1, cooperative agreement between Hidalgo County and the Executive Office of the President, Office of National Drug Control Policy, in the amount of $75,858 for the grant period of January 1st, 2023 through December 31st, 2024. Also asking for authorization for county judge's authorized official to sign grant award forms and related documents. And number 3, the approval of the certification of revenues as certified by the county auditor in the amount of $75,858 and the appropriation of the same.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sheriff's Office, item 9A.
Good afternoon.
Welcome, new face.
Yes. Good afternoon, Judge. Good afternoon, Commissioners. Captain Steve Cortez. I will be speaking on behalf of Sheriff J.E. Eddie Guerra. Captain Freeland, my co-captain, has taken another job with the City of FAR, so I have been transferred over to the Financial Division, so I'll be taking over his previous role. I have 3 items up on the agenda, Judge. Item 9A, requesting authorization to reclassify overtime and related fringe expenditure from fiscal year 2023. That is the LDSP into HCSO General Fund account in the amount of $115.22 due to the 16-hour rule.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 9B, authorization and approval to submit a budget amendment in reference to fiscal year 21 VOCA grant.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 9C has 3 subsections. With your approval, I'll read all 3. Number 1, ratification of adjustment made on July 28, 2023 to request a 2-month extension for fiscal year 2021 for Operation Stone Garden. Item 9C2, authorization to approve grant adjustment for a 2-month extension for fiscal year 2021 Operation Stone Garden. And 9C3, authorization for Judge Cortez to certify the adjustments on e-grants.
Motion to approve 1, 2, and 3.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Commission.
10A, Human Resources, Ms. Reina.
Good afternoon, Judge Commissioners. Erika Reina presenting for the Department of Human Resources. Item 10A, I'm requesting a waiver of the following if applicable for the personnel items listed. I need action on item number 3, budget amendment policy, personnel-related amendments.
So move.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 10B is approval of the appointment of interns from the Rio Grande Valley College to participate in the WIC Lactation Center for the period of August 14, 2023 through September 30th, 2023. I do recommend approval.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 10C is approval to appoint Angela Bell, student at Walden University, as an intern under the Hidalgo County Health Department for a period of September 4th, 2023 through February 29th, 2024. I do recommend approval.
Motion to approve.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 10D for Urban County, from the Urban County Grant, approval of the following action effective next full pay period, August 14, 2023. The action is to create slot 0002, a coordinator 2 at a grade 11, and this is due to an increase in workload due to additional grants. I do recommend approval.
Motion to approve.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 10E for the Community Service Agency from Community Service Agent Grant Funding. Approve the following action effective upon Commissioner's Court approval. The action is to delete slot 0019 an accounts payable specialist at $34,245 and slot 0017 a case study manager at $34,485 and to create slot 0114 accounts payable specialist 2 the amount of $35,462. This will help CSA with their finances. I do recommend approval.
Motion to approve.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 10F for the Health Department, Human Services Division, approve of the following actions effective next full pay period, August 14, 2023. The actions are to delete slot 0005, 0020, 0022, billing specialist 2s at a grade 5, slot 0016, 0010, 0004, eligibility specialist at grade 6, and to create slot 0039 through 0043, community resource specialist at a grade 8. Judge Commissioners, this item does result in a cost savings, and this new positions will assist directing constituents to the resources. Item 10F2 is approval to revise the classified position list in accordance with the actions above. I do recommend approval.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 10G for the Health Department, our Biosafety Lab, approval to award a discretionary step for the employee listed below in accordance with HR criteria certification as per section 8.03 of the Classification and Compensation Plan, effective next full pay period, August 14, 2023. This is a discretionary step 2 for slot 0001, a laboratory manager 3 at a grade 19. The employee does meet the criteria. I do recommend approval.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 10H for the District Attorney's Office, approval to award a discretionary step for the employees listed below in accordance with the HR criteria certification as per section 8.03 of the Classification and Compensation Plan. Effective upon Commissioner's Court approval, the action is discretionary step 3s for slot 0018 and slot 0220, Assistant District Attorney's 4s at grade 19, and a discretionary step 4 for slot 0199, Assistant District Attorney 3 at a grade 17. These employees do meet the criteria. I do recommend approval.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 10H2 is approve of the following actions effective upon Commissioner's Court approval. The actions are to remove supplemental allowance for the slots as listed for an Assistant District Attorney 3 in the amounts of $4,850 and $2,737, and add supplemental allowance for the slots as listed for an Assistant District Attorney 4 in the amount of $4,850 and $3,337, and also for an additional Assistant District Attorney 3 with the slots as listed in the amount of $5,598. This is due to additional duties, primarily some attorneys being designated as first chairs. I do recommend approval.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 10I for Precinct 4 from Road and Bridge, approval of the following action effective upon Commissioners Court approval through December 31st, 2023. This is for supplemental allowance for slot 0004, a budget manager 1 in the amount of $2,084 to be prorated for the remainder of the year. I do recommend approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 10J for the 476th District Court, approval of the following actions effective upon Commissioners Court approval. The action is to delete slot 0006, a bailiff 1, grade 11, and create slot 0007, a bailiff 2, District Court, grade 13. Item 10J2 is approval to waive the posting, hiring, and enrollment procedures and transfer the employee number 221813 to bailiff 2, District Court, slot number 013-001-007. Judge Commissioners, this is because this employee has now met the TCO certification requirements for a District Court bailiff. We are simply reverting this position back to its original title, which was a bailiff 2, District Court. There is no additional cost. I do recommend approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Have a great afternoon.
Thank you. Urban County, Mr. De La Garza.
Good afternoon, Judge, Commissioners. Steve De La Garza for Urban County, 11A1, requesting exemption from competitive bidding requirements pursuant to Texas Local Government Code 262.024A7A, an item that can only be obtained from one source because of the existence of patents, copyright, secret processes, or monopolies. Item 11A2, acceptance and approval of the sole source declaration for Dixon Diagnostic Systems with the authority to purchase through a purchase order for the total amount of $42,959. CDBG CV other public service funds will be used for the purchase of the equipment for the CDBG CV health facility.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. So 11B, subject to compliance with HB 1295, the Urban County Program is requesting consideration and action to award and enter into a construction contract with Texas Cordia Construction LLC with the lowest responsible bidder in the amount of $270,797, utilizing UCP funds from fiscal years 35-2022 Palmview Street Improvement Funds.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you, Mr. De La Garza. Item 12A.
Thank you.
Mr. Olivares.
I believe it'll be Ms. Irene. Ms. Irene?
I'm sorry, I was on mute. Good afternoon, Irene Sarmiento Rangel for the Health and Human Services Department. Item 12A, we're requesting approval of the interlocal agreement between the County of Hidalgo and the City of Westlaco Rio Grande Valley Medical Reserve Corp., and approval of the business associate addendum between the same.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Judge Commissioners, Ms. Irene,
Yes.
Judge Commissioners,
Yes.
there is a public participation form on item 12B for Ms. Fern McClarity.
Okay. Item 12B, requesting approval to accept the vaccination capacity grant contract, HHS 0010195000022, amendment number 3. The purpose of the amendment is to revise the statement of work.
Ms. Fern?
Do I ask the question now? Okay, my question, we were wondering, is what vaccines? I looked in the backup on this one, and it definitely says grantee shall not use funds to promote or advertise COVID-19 vaccines. So I just wanted to be sure, because just recently, I think I mentioned it before, I went to a movie to see Sound of Freedom, and up on the full screen, it showed Hidalgo County, and you were pushing the vaccine. So I was just checking, what vaccines are they talking about here?
Yes, ma'am. Effective September 1st of 2023, we did get notification from the state. It's Rider 40 stating that after September 1st, 2023, we're no longer able to promote COVID vaccines. So that advertisement that you see at the theater, that is through August 31st.
Okay.
Thank you.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Judge Commissioners, we do have a public participation form on item 12C for Ms. Fern McClarity. Ms.
And,
Irene?
and Okay.
Let her read the item. Ms. Diary?
Item 12C, requesting approval to accept the Health Disparities Contract HHS 001057600025, Amendment Number 3. The purpose of the amendment is to revise the statement of work. Yes, sir.
All right, I had got a phone call, says, what is this? Can you describe? Because again, on H, it says grantee may not use funds for the following: construction, research, award to another party or anything, advertising or promoting COVID-19 vaccine, and there's several other things. Can you explain what this is?
It's the same Rider 40 that will become effective September 1st. So with all, if not most of our grants, anything that had to do with COVID, which was advertising, educating, promoting, even purchases of incentives, we can no longer promote the COVID vaccine after September, or starting September 1st.
Okay, but what is the rest of it? It's not just that one particular item, is it, about the COVID-19? They just wanted to know what it was, to explain.
Yeah. Well, the Health Disparities Grant, what we do is that we go out to the community and we promote, educate on nutrition and getting vaccinated, and part of it has been COVID for the last 3 years. So again, like what we've been told by the state is that effective September 1st, we can continue doing all our services. We just can't go out there promoting or educating about the COVID-19 vaccine.
So,
Okay.
Ms. Diary, over and above the COVID, then vaccinations in general.
Okay. Is that right?
Yeah, we can we can promote our vaccines. We can educate the public on the importance of getting vaccinated, but we cannot mention COVID starting September 1st.
Thank you.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 12D, Title 5 Child Health Grant. Number 1, requesting approval to accept for county judge to e-sign the Title 5 Child Health and Dental Grant Services Contract HHS 0006876000002, Amendment Number 4, in the amount of $11,024, and with a program period of September 1st, 2023 to August 31st, 2024.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 2, requesting approval of certification of revenues by the county auditor in the amount of $11,024 and appropriation of the same.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Who's
Ms.
going to
Diary,
do healthcare
the Healthcare
funding?
Funding District?
Item E will be presented by Lulu Acevedo.
Ms. Lulu?
Good afternoon, Judge, Commissioners. Lulu Acevedo presenting item 12E. Item 12E, discussion, consideration, and approval to draw down funds for additional comprehensive hospital increase reimbursement program, payment year 2, IGT, and the amount to be determined by Health and Human Services Commission instructions from the LPPF Provider Fund with a transfer date of 8/17/2023 and a settlement date of 8/18/2023. Item 12EB, approval of certification of revenues as certified by the county auditor from the LPPF in the amount to be determined by HHC instructions. And item 12EC, approval of appropriation of funds from the LPPF in the amount to be determined by HHC instructions.
Motion to approve E1, ABC?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you.
Item 12F1, discussion and approval to set county indigent healthcare program federal poverty guideline level at 40% for fiscal year September 1st, 2023 to August 31st, 2024. Item 12F1B, discussion and approval of basic and optional services for fiscal year September 1st, 2023 to August 31st of 2024.
Motion to approve F1AB?
Second.
Before we vote on it, is that an increase from?
No, that is remaining the same for this coming year as well.
Okay. We have a motion and a second to approve item 1, A and B. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 12F2, A, discussion and approval to set the county indigent healthcare program level 2, known as Hidalgo Blue, federal poverty guideline level at 150% for the fiscal year September 1st, 2023 through August 31st of 2024. Item 12F2B, discussion and approval of basic and optional services for fiscal year September 1st, 2023 through August 31st of 2024. And item 12F2C, discussion and approval of funding for CIACP Level 2, Hidalgo Blue.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you very much. Head Start program, Ms. Peña.
Good afternoon, Judge, Commissioners. My name is Edmundo Garcia for the Hidalgo County Head Start Program. We only have one item for you today, discussion and approval of credit card purchases for vendors who do not accept purchase orders. These are mainly for small orders, primarily we're revamping our website right now, and some of these online supporters do not accept POs.
Motion to approve.
Second. We have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Community Service Agency, Mr. Longoria.
Good morning. This is Mari Garza on behalf of Mr.
Mari.
Jaime Longoria. Number 14A, Community Service Agency, discussion and consideration and possible action to accept the agreement with the Action Janitorial Services for a period of 1-year term and shall automatically renew for an additional 1-year period on the anniversary date of the agreement, and authorization for Mr. Jaime Longoria to electronically sign any and all documents.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank
Hilda
you.
Salinas, Elections Department.
Good morning, Judge and Commissioners. Hilda Salinas, Elections Administrator, here to present to you today. For item number 1, discussion on election updates, preparations for the November 7th special constitutional amendment election and local entities elections have begun. There are some important dates for you and Hidalgo County constituents to remember. The last day to register to vote or update or to make any changes to your voter registration is October 10th. And we ask all voters to visit our office at 213 South Klosner in Edinburgh, or call our office at 956-318-2570 so that our voter registration specialists can assist them. The first day of early voting is Monday, October 23rd, and will continue through Friday, November 3rd. Election day is Tuesday, November 7th. We will be updating our website with very important information in regards to the election. So, of course, we ask everybody to visit our website at www.hidalgocounty.us/elections. Do you have any current questions? Okay. Item number 2, we will be taking no action.
Thank you.
That's
Item
all I have.
16A,
Thank you.
Veteran Service, Mr. Pettis.
Go for it, Valde. For Veteran Service, are requesting approval of certification of revenues by the county auditor in the amount of $80 and appropriation of same. In addition, the requesting approval and appropriation of $32 from restricted fund balance for jury donations received in 2022.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. Item 17A, Planning Department, Mr. Listing.
Good afternoon, Judge and Commissioners. We have one item today, 17A, the appointment of member Rolando Reina to the Hidalgo County Subdivision Advisory Board and Hidalgo County Board of Building Line Adjustments.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 18, Commissioner Fuentes.
Thank you, Judge. Requesting approval of interlocal cooperation agreement between the South Texas ISD and the County of Hidalgo for student transportation staging area for the 2023-2024 school year. Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Commissioner Cantu, item 19A.
This is TxDOT Precinct 2 Tower Road Bridge to South Floodwater Channel. Approval of advanced funding agreement between Hidalgo County and the Texas Department of Transportation for the Tower Road Bridge Replacement and Rehabilitation Project CSJ 092102514. And approval of order authorizing the county judge to docu-sign the AFA and all pertinent documents for said project. Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
No action on 19B, Judge.
Okay. Commissioner Todes, item 28.
Agenda item 91897, requesting approval to name a private road that runs along and between the north property line of west 3.16 acres of the south one half of lot number 7 in section 250 and the 1.36 acre tract out of lot 7, 250, Texas Mexican Railway Company Survey of Lands, according to plat recorded in volume 1, page 16, map records, Hidalgo County as Caliga Service Road.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Agenda item 91804, requesting approval to name a 30-foot private road that runs along and between a portion of tract 49 of the partition of the San Salvador del Tule Grant as recorded in volume 10, page 58 through 60, map records, Hidalgo County, Texas as Media Luna Service Road.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Agenda item 91950, requesting approval of an interlocal cooperation agreement between IDEA Public Schools and the County of Hidalgo for the purposes of student boarding, deboarding transportation area at the CRC Endowment Center located at State Highway 107 North and Sunflower Road, Edinburgh, Texas, in Precinct 4 for school years 2023-2024 with the option to renew annually.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. Item 21, Budget and Management, Mr. Soto.
Yes, morning, Judge. Item 21A, approval of the advanced funding agreement between Hidalgo County and Texas Department of Transportation for Mile 6 West from Mile 14 and a half to Mile 11, Control Section Job 0921-02-447, and approval of order authorizing the county judge to sign the agreement and any and all pertinent documentation for said project. Recommend for approval.
So move.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 21B, I'll read number 1 and number 2. Number 1, approval of the Title IV Child Welfare Services Grant Budget Contract HHS 000285 000049 for October 1st, 2023 through September 30th, 2024. And number 2, approval for county judge to sign the following documents: A, budget; B, Federal Funding Accountability and Transparency Act form; and C, Signature Authority Designation Form 2031.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 21C, discussion, consideration, and approval of AEP contribution in aid of construction agreement for the installation of streetlights for Monte Bonito and Buena Vida located in Precinct 3. Recommend for approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 21D, approval of certification of revenues by county auditor in the amount of $84,909.57 in relation to labor reimbursement received from Drainage District Number 1 for the Raymondville Drainage Project and the appropriation of same. Recommend to approve.
Motion to approve.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Highlight of the afternoon, Mr. Escobar, Purchasing Department.
Good afternoon, Judge, Commissioners. Mr. Guerra, for the record, Ignacio Mesco from the Purchasing Department. 22A for Hidalgo County. 1A, requesting a section from competitive bidding requirements under the Texas Local Government Code 262.024A4 for a personal or professional services.
So move.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
B, requesting approval of letter of engagement between Hidalgo County and the following real estate agents: Mary Lou Henry Real Estate, Rodolfo David Guerra Coldwell Banker Commercial RGB, and Mark Christopher Hanna, Hanna Solutions Commercial Real Estate. I recommend to approve.
So move. Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
2, discussion, consideration, and action to amend the fee proposal for Hidalgo County Courthouse Phase 1, extending PNCM services at Addendum 9, approved by Commissioners Court on March 7, 2023, to reflect modification to the project team and contract rate through the completion of the project not exceed $100,000 per month. I recommend to approve.
So move.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
3A, requesting authority to advertise with approval of the procurement packet as attached here to, with authority to re-advertise, if applicable, for arbitrage calculation services.
Mr. Amezcua, my apologies. I'm sorry, Ms. Fern, I thought that it was B2. 22A2, there is a public participation form on 22A2 that was just acted on. Ms. Fern, your question?
Well, our question was, Jacobs, I believe, has been all along since we started building the courthouse. I'm not sure. And then it shows that a fee will not exceed $100,000 per month. Can you tell us what they are doing now that possibly they should have been doing earlier? Because I understand now we're getting a San Antonio engineering firm to access the new courthouse, and I couldn't find how much we're paying them. So could you explain why Jacobson is being paid now? And
So with respect to Jacobs and the not to exceed $100,000 contract, there was a timeline that was set in place some years back with respect to the construction and the acceptance of the facility, the new courthouse. That deadline or that timeline was not met, and the Jacobs contract had expired. So this is the new agreement with Jacobs by way of what you see on the not to exceed $100,000 for the completion of the courthouse. Jacobs is the project manager on behalf of Hidalgo County as a representative for Hidalgo County that's overseeing the construction of the new courthouse project by way of their interaction with the CMAR, the construction manager at risk.
okay, because people that called said, well, why are we paying them? Because they, look at the courthouse now, and I didn't know.
Right. No, and that's why. This is just the new agreement and fee schedule for Jacobs.
Okay.
Thank you. I'm sorry, Mr. Mesqua, if you could please continue on 22A3.
Yes. 3A, requesting authority to advertise with approval of the procurement packet as attached here to, with authority to re-advertise, if applicable, for arbitrage calculation services.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
B, requesting appointment of an evaluating committee by Commissioners Court to score, grade, and review responses received for the arbitrage calculation services. I recommend to approve.
I'll appoint myself for my part.
My chief of staff.
My Chief of Staff, Belinda Reyes.
David Suarez, my chief. Motion to approve as presented.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
4, requesting appointment of an evaluating committee by Commissioners Court to review, score, and grade the responses for the ARPA 23-115-341 Hidalgo County Public Facility Survey and Maintenance Services Project through the county's pool of pre-qualified professional services for professional architectural services.
Motion to approve. Oh, my chief of staff.
Mayor Suarez.
Mine too.
Mine will be Dr. Culbertson on
Judge.
this one.
Chief of Staff for me also.
Make a motion to approve as selected.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
22B for Precinct 1, requesting approval of supplemental agreement number 1 between Hidalgo County and JNR Engineering for the professional engineering services for Gate 3 drainage project transfer to extend the termination date of the agreement. I recommend to approve.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries.
22C for Precinct 2, requesting acceptance and approval of the final negotiated on-call professional engineering service agreement with Quintanilla, Henley and Associate for project located within Precinct 2 on a needed basis as ranked and approved by Commissioners Court on July 11, 2023. I recommend to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second?
All in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries.
22D for Precinct 3, acceptance and approval of supplemental number 3 to work authorization number 3 as submitted by contracted project engineer LNG Consulting Engineers for service to amend Exhibit B and Exhibit B1 for reevaluation of EA additional ROW acquisition cost, relocation, and coordination of letting the project for construction for Precinct 3 Veterans Boulevard Project 2 contract number C-15-161-1117. I recommend to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
2, acceptance and approval of supplemental number 3 to work authorization number 6 as submitted by contracted project engineer LNG Consulting Engineers for engineering services for Precinct 3 Mile 3 Road project through contract C-13-305-1007. I recommend to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
3, acceptance and approval for work authorization number 6 as submitted by contracted project engineer LNG Consulting Engineers to perform the engineering services required for Precinct 3 Liberty Road project through contract number C-12-246-1016. I recommend to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
4A, requesting acceptance and approval of professional engineering services final negotiated agreement with LNG Consulting Engineers for Hidalgo County Precinct number 3, Los Ebanos Road project from IH2 to FM 1016 as ranked and approved by Commissioners Court on July 25th, 2023. I recommend to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
D, requesting approval of work authorization number 1 in the amount of $1,794,366 to provide professional engineering services for Precinct number 3, Los Ebanos Road project from IH2 to FM 1016 with authority to issue a notice to proceed. Recommend to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
C, pursuant to Article 14 of the Professional Service Agreement with LNG Consulting Engineers, requesting authority to engage sub-consultants ROW Surveying Services, SWCA Environmental Consultants, ETSI Group, and CNM Associates. I recommend to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
22E for Precinct 4, 1A, requesting acceptance and approval of the final negotiated professional construction material testing service agreement with B2C Engineering for the construction material testing Hidalgo County Precinct 4 Benson Road Stormwater Project, as ranked and approved by Commissioner's Court on July 11, 2023. I recommend to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Be requesting approval of work authorization number 1 in the amount of $16,464.20 for the construction material testing Hidalgo County Precinct 4 Benson Road Stormwater Project with authority to issue a notice to proceed. Recommend to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
2A, requesting acceptance and approval of the final negotiated professional construction material testing service agreement with Millennium Engineering Group for the construction material testing Hidalgo County Precinct 4 Mile 17 Road Stormwater Project as ranked and approved by Commissioner's Court on July 11, 2023. I recommend to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Be requesting approval of work authorization number 1 in the amount of $51,694 for the construction material testing Hidalgo County Precinct 4 Mile 17 Road Stormwater Project with authority to issue a notice to proceed. I recommend to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
3A, requesting acceptance and approval of the final negotiated professional construction material testing service agreement with Terracon Consultants for the construction material testing in Hidalgo County Precinct 4 North Main Drain 3 Phase 1 Stormwater Project as ranked and approved by Commissioner's Court on July 11, 2023. I recommend to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
B, requesting approval of work authorization number 1 in the amount of $37,119 for construction material testing Hidalgo County Precinct 4 North Main Drain 3 Phase 1 Stormwater Project with authority to issue a notice to proceed. I recommend to approve.
Motion. Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
22F for Human Resources. 1, discussion, consideration, and action to select the agents of record for the self-funded medical plan. Do you want to name any agent at this time?
Letty Garcia.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
22G for County Clerk. 1, requesting approval to enter into a contract for indexing of County Clerk's Commissioners Court Minute Service with Co-File Technologies through Texas Smart Buy Cooperative Contract in the total amount of $105,049.34 with authority for the county judge to sign all required documents. I recommend to approve.
So move.
Second.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
22H for Countywide. 1, A, acceptance of amendment number 4 between Hidalgo County and RRR Fire and Safety for fire alarm and security monitoring services to include additional locations as illustrated in Exhibit B, with authority for county judge to sign any documents. I recommend to approve.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
B, requesting approval to exercise the 30-day cancellation notice as stated in the terms and conditions of alarm monitoring agreement with Superior Alarms for the following locations: Elections Main Sophie, 213 South Clones Boulevard in Edinburgh, Texas, and Training Facility and Warehouse, 317 North Clones Boulevard, Edinburgh, Texas. I recommend to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Thank you, Nacho.
Thank you. Have a good afternoon.
Judge, Commissioners, with your permission, item 23A, 1 and 2 there, and 3, there's no action to be taken. Item 23B, there is a public participation form submitted by Ms. Fern McClarity. It is presentation and acceptance of the 2022 audited financial report for Hidalgo County Emergency Services District Number 2. Number 1, I'm sorry, Emergency Service District Number 1.
Yes, my question is, I looked at the backup and it says from Garcia and Pena CPA, communication of significant deficits and material weakness. Can you explain, because this is also talking about an audit of the financial report of the Hidalgo County Emergency Service District Number 1.
So, Ms. Fern, with respect to the question you just asked, that question would have to be directed to the CPA firm that conducted the audit. We're not in a position to answer that question because...
Even though it's in your backup?
No, ma'am.
All right.
The reason it's on the agenda is by statute, they need to present this to the governing body, but this is not Hidalgo County per se. This is an emergency service district that's been created, and it's called the Hidalgo County Emergency Service District.
And they have a board. And they have a board.
And they have their own board. They present it to the county as a whole. So, but the question you're asking is specific, and so that's better directed at the CPA firm or the auditing firm that they engaged, the board engaged.
And you think they'll give that to the public?
Well,
And
you can,
that's okay.
You can submit that.
But our thing is, they're giving this to y'all. Are they making money? Are we losing money? Are you able to say any of that?
The presentation before the board is just to accept the audited report.
And what do you do with it after you accept it?
We have it on file. We provide that and file it over with our auditor's office. Again, if there's a request for information by way of a public information request on the audited report submitted and presented to the court, we would have it on file. But again, the question is specific, but it has to go back to the auditing
Okay,
agency.
and this particular Hidalgo County Emergency Service District Number 1 doesn't have anything to do with the county?
No, no, ma'am. It's very specific. It's an emergency service district, and it only encompasses whatever the area
Did we
that
already
they
vote on
incorporate.
this? Let's move on.
I'm sorry?
Answered. Asked and answered. He already asked the question.
Well,
It
I
has nothing
understand
to
that,
do with
but
us.
I'm
We're not on the
asking,
board.
are
Let's
we,
go.
the liable, taxpayers liable is what we're looking for.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Got a motion second to approve. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 23C is approval to accept settlement check from State Farm Insurance Company in the amount of $8,131.02 to settle an auto accident claim with the county vehicle.
So move.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 24A, response, this is discussion, consideration, and possible action regarding A, county response to disaster health emergency, 1, American Rescue Plan Act. Funds, there's no specific action to be taken. 24B, measures necessary to preserve public health and safety. There is no specific action to be taken. And 24C, direction regarding county government operations, including but not limited to essential functions. Judge Commissioners, we continue to follow CDC recommended guidelines and address any issues of concern for the public and our employees. Again, the general public, our constituents, and our employees, their health and safety is first and foremost.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 25, we have gone to closed session. Item 26, we've taken action on 26A, 26B. Item 27, we've come out of open session and addressed A, B, C, and D. There is no need to go back to item 28, closed session, no action. Item 29, open session, would be no action as well. Before we adjourn, Judge Commissioners, our next Commissioners Court is scheduled for August 22nd. August 22nd.
Is that a morning, afternoon? That's afternoon.
1, 2, 3, 4. That would be an afternoon session, 1:30 Drainage District, and 2 p.m. Commissioners Court.
Motion to adjourn.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned.